Morning. Well, it is 6:30 in the morning, just leaving my drive. And why the hell are you up at 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday, I hear you ask? Well, I'm not on my way to a racetrack, because that would be an acceptable answer. I am on my way to Plymouth, of all places. Let's go pick up some car parts. So, yeah. Let's go find out what car parts I'm picking up. Coffee. I definitely needed that. So, what are we going to get today, I hear you ask? Well, one of the major components of changing the gearbox over is obviously the clutch and flywheel, and because I'm changing to a different gearbox, I need a new clutch and flywheel. Now, after having a search round and getting quotes from various manufacturers for a new clutch and flywheel setup and getting the shock of my life, I actually stumbled across, within 5 minutes of this advert coming across, I stumbled upon it, and it's a TTB billet flywheel, which I already have on the car for the original gearbox. It's just for this type of gearbox, so I know it's a proven product. And it's running a Ford Focus RS AP clutch with a brand new clutch plate. The clutch plate's not even been used, and the pressure plate has done less than 500 miles. So yeah, should be onto a good one there. Fingers crossed. So we're just driving out to the leafy bits around Dorchester way at the moment. I've forgotten how long it is to drive to Plymouth. So I thought I'd take this opportunity and basically tell you about the modified Ford series. So it was started up by Paul Neville and Chris Baker. And it's got in total, so the class structure is very good. It's got about 5 classes in it. So you've got Class A, Super A, oh no, tell a lie, it's got 6 classes in it. So Class A, Super A, which is your sort of space frame guest class stuff, like your RSR Escorts. Class A is for the fire-breathing monsters, Escort Cosworths, Sierra Cosworths, big turbocharged, flame-spitting Thundercats. And then you've got Class B1, which is sort of your 1.6 EcoBoost stuff. You'll see AJ's Focus Estate in there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. He's done a lot of great work on it with Fury Auto Works and Solar. Class B, which is what I'll be in, which is your kind of naturally aspirated up to 2 litre. And then you've got down to Class C, which is your 1600 class, effectively. But certainly, you know, I'll talk you through some of the cars in there. So let's start with Class C. You would think it being the lower class, it would have some of the less cars and what I would call the lesser cars in it. It doesn't. The build spec on some of these cars is phenomenal. You've got the father and son team of the Hatfields, Mark and Kevin. They've got some beautifully prepared Pumas. Mark has also got a white, he calls it the GT3 Puma, and it's got the maddest kit on it you would ever see. And his dad, Kevin, as well, he gave me a run for my money at Brands last year before I ran into trouble. And then you've got Alex Bohm, who's got so it's an ex Ford Motorsport Ford Fiesta shell, left-hand drive. He's got a sequential gearbox in it, a screaming 200 horsepower 1600 SE, and the guy knows how to drive it, so he drives that really well. If you look back on the BRSCC live streams, actually, it was in the wet last year at Snetterton on the live stream, and I think at one point he was leading. some of the fire breathing stuff as well. He was leading. He was definitely up there. And it was a testament to a well-prepared, well-set-up car and a good drive by Alex. And if you want a bit of entertainment and a bit of nous on how to drive in the wet, it's either that or watch Sam Pearce when he won the Civic on TDC. But we'll come back to that because we've got to go see Mr. Pearce and collect some bits off of him as well. So we're going to do a video on that. But anyway, back to the modified Ford. So Class B, obviously I'm in there as well, and you've got your typical, you've got your Fiesta ST150s as well. That's a very popular car in club racing. So there's quite a few of those that are out in the modified Fords at the moment. You've also obviously got a couple of Focuses as well. There's myself, Paul Sol, and a few others. And then there's a couple of the Escorts that haven't got the 2.5 litre engines in it. They've only got the 2 litres, but they're absolutely screaming their nadges off. Absolutely screaming their nadges off, and they're still doing a brand anything between a 52 and a 54, which is just amazing. The likes of James Harris, the likes of Jamie Goff as well, and his beautiful Hallscourts prepared Mark II Escort with a Martini livery. It just looks absolutely astounding. Doesn't look good when it's spinning on my coolant though. Sorry, Jay. That was a fun highlight from last year. But yeah, and then obviously you've got Paul Neville. He's in Class B1 and his immaculate Mark II Escort. Malcolm Harding as well. He's got a Zaxby Castro Escort that is absolutely beautiful. But don't think for 1 minute that because it is a Zaxby car, a lot of money spent on it, very, very, very well put together. I'll tell you what, Malcolm can pedal. Absolutely drives the wheels off that thing. I watched him last year at Mallory Park when he was out with the Classic Tourers, and it was him up front. It was absolutely pouring down with rain, and I mean absolutely abysmal. You can see the rivers across the track. It was awful. And Malcolm Harding was up at the front fighting with E46 M3s, not giving a damn. Absolutely not giving a damn. Round the outside, trying to move nice and close. It was great racing to watch. So again, that's another one. If you get a chance, look back on that live stream from last year, because it's just some brilliant racing and a great driver, Malcolm. And then in Class A, you've got the real big boys. Rory Jose this year, he's a character. Love Rory, bless him. In the pink clit, he's actually going to reveal what colour that's going this year, to be fair. So we'll see what colour that goes. And then you've got club racing legends like Dave Cockhill and his Escort. He's won in everything from Euro Saloons to Classic Thunder. He's been all over the place over the years and won well. So generally when he's in the modified Fords grid, he's right up at the sharp end. Michael Saunders as well. We have the bonkers TVR V8 powered Escort. I don't think I've ever seen pictures or a racing video where it's not trying to kill him. It's an absolute bonkers thing, and again, he can drive it. He can drive it. I think he's got another one in build at the moment. It could be the same car, don't get me wrong. He's got another one in build at the moment where he's putting the Ford Mustang engine in, but it's a modern Ford Mustang V8. So we'll see how he gets on with that as well. Ashley Shell as well, the previous champion. Beautifully prepared Sierra XR4, and I like it because it's different. It's running a naturally aspirated V6 on bodies. It sounds absolutely amazing, just beautiful. It purrs like a kitten. And the driver's pretty cool as well. Ashley, again, he can pedal, and he's you've got to have your characters in motorsport, and he certainly is a character. He's a wonderful bloke, absolutely wonderful bloke. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out with the modified Fords this year. It was one of my highlights last year, although I didn't finish either of the races. The racing was respectful, it was close, and we had some fun. We definitely had some fun. well, as you can see, we're now driving back from Pete Bold. So Pete Bold is the guy I've gone to see. I've just bought the flywheel and clutch off of him, and we'll show you a bit of that later. But what a place to go. It's a little Aladdin's cave, so it's him and a group of 4 friends from what I gather, and they all go rallying predominantly, so he does a lot of rallying and sprinting and stuff like that. But I tell you what, as you'll see from the following clips, his Focus is absolutely beautiful. It's wrapped in a nice Martini Telefonica livery, and it's covered in original Ford Motorsport, what they call the Ford 909 part number parts, which is basically the Ford Motorsport parts that you used to be able to buy from the Ford dealer back in the day 20 years ago, when you could take your car and go rallying or racing. So he's also put me in some contacts there that maybe be able to get some more bits for the Focus. Like, you know, I really want a nice 4-branch manifold that they used to make back in the day for them. So that'd be good. I'm just going under a bridge. So yeah, it was a really good day out. You'll see from the following clips coming up the beautiful car that he's got. We took some video down there. And him and his friends have also got some other toys down there which we didn't get to film today. But stuff like the Mark 1 Escort, Mark 2 Escort, they've got Subarus. There's a Chevette in there that's being worked on at the moment. Beautiful, immaculate cars. And Pete is an absolutely outstanding, really nice bloke. It was a pleasure to meet him today. So yeah, good job. It was a top find today. Wonders of social media, eh? Getting you in touch with all these people and buying these parts. It's the good thing about social media is you get to meet these people and see what they do. And yeah, definitely want to keep in contact with for sure. Really nice guy. Some good parts there. Top job. Right. See you when I get home. Right, this is a refilm segment because the original one we did when I got back from Pete Bald's wasn't really, the audio wasn't very good on it, so Steph's asked me to film another one. And we're actually going to tack on to the end of this video me taking the gearbox out of this, which, as I talk to you here now, the gearbox is actually out. So the G-Track 285 box, the 6-speed box, is out. It's on an engine steady, so thank you to Vehicle Tech Mobile Jay for lending me his engine steady. So keep the engine up, not can still roll this in and out of the garage. However, the reason I went to Pete Bald's in Plymouth is to pick this bad boy up. So this is a clutch cover. It's a lovely AP Racing Focus RS clutch cover, which the Focus RS uses the MTX 75 box. It's got a lovely brand spanking new AP paddle clutch. And one thing I was going to order anyway that's got about 400 miles on it, it probably just needs a light skim if that, which I'll do up the road, is this lovely TTV billet flywheel. The one thing we did have with the old gearbox, we always had the good throttle response anyway, because we had a billet flywheel and Celica turbo clutch with it anyway, so it was always a good flywheel, good throttle response, and we wanted to carry that on with the new box. We didn't want to sort of back it off or slow it down with a standard flywheel, if you know what I mean. So yeah, well chuffed with that. Paid a decent price for it as well, and as you've seen in the video, Pete's a lovely bloke, so yeah, really chuffed with that, really chuffed with that. But coming up is going to be a few short clips of yours truly here getting the box out. Yeah, and we've sold the diff in it too, so that puts some money back in the coffers, which hopefully pays to get the map tweaked on this. We want to get it on the dyno and get the map checked as well. So yeah, lots to come, boys and girls. And the good news is the box is currently in Northampton getting built by the Gearbox Centre, courtesy of Ashley Shellswell and Co. So we'll go. Afternoon everyone. So this morning we have been to see our friend Jay at Vehicle Tech Mobile, and now it's time to get the gearbox out of this sucker. The new one is currently being built at the Gearbox Centre in Northampton, so we gave that to Ashley Shellswell last week when we were up there for the Modified Fords meeting that you'll see in the other vlog. Yeah, I best get cracking because I have got to strip this gearbox and sell some bits out of it, so let's see how we get on. Welcome back. So progress so far, if we just have a look, we've got to get both the shafts out. So shaft is out this side, but as you can see around here while I was underneath, I noticed some weeping, so, and some rustiness we've got to sort out, in particular with the exhaust. There's a few bits that I want to get rid of and clean up, reseal it.
Probably didn't help that the coolant coming off last year probably rotted a few bits. So we'll have a look at that, but we've already got a new sump gasket kit anyway and a few other bits. So what we've done so far, all the bolts around the bell housing, well, I've taken off the lower mount, and in theory all I've got to do is take the rest of the bolts out, take the left hand shaft out, put the engine steady on there that we borrowed from Jay at Vehicle Tech, get that supporting the engine, and then it's just a case of wiggling the gearbox off and we'll see how we get on. Right, sit rep. Got both the shafts out both sides, got the cup in that side. So, yep. Got the cup in just to hold the bearing together while we've got everything out, and I can still wheel it in and out of the garage. Got to do the same this side. Both the shafts are out, so that's a big obstacle out of the way. So what I've just put the engine stay on there. So all that'll do is just hold the engine up while I get the box out, and it'll be holding there for a couple of weeks before we get the new box in, and allow me to do all the other crap. So next couple of hours we should start to wiggle this box out. Right, apologies for the lack of updates, but I have been getting on with this. Gearbox is out. Just a quick update to put at the end of the video as well. So our original plan for the start of this year, so we've missed the Silverstone round and we've got a vlog coming up, so episode 3 is going to be our day at the opening round with the modified Fords. It was a good day out at Silverstone. AJ had a good day, so you'll learn about all the goings on there. And we've spoke to some people as best we can with the echo of the garages, so we took Emma along to that. But just a bit of news on the end of what is going to be episode 2. We are not racing at Brands, so I made a decision on the fact that we've got so far with this car last year, and we kind of rushed into it at the beginning of last year and just hit problems straight away. And the one thing I want to do before we go and race it is do at least one test day in it. So we have moved the deposit over to the British GT round at Donington Park on the 28th of May. British GT meeting. Can't be any better than that. But we'll keep this vlog going on the Club Racing UK page. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all the pages. Don't forget to like Robert Lewis Racing with the Club Racing UK podcast as well. And tune into the podcast every 2 weeks on a Wednesday on the Club Racing UK pages. So, yeah, various goings on. As you can see in a future episode, my missus and my sister have started to wrap the car as well. It's going some new colours this year, so it's all exciting. It's all happening.